Okay, here we are, Saturday morning, and we're over at Dexter Town Hall, and the neighbors are already complaining about the noise over here that they have, and of course Rover doesn't give you any chance to sleep at all. So we're gonna go over there and do some documentation. I want to thank Linda for letting me park at her place, because there's snow out here. I didn't want to get stuck in the snow over by YMCA, but anyway, we're gonna go see what happens. Again, we're over at Dexter Town Hall, and we're going to see what's going on over here. As you can hear, there's lots of noise, so there's our buddy's latent security over there, the familiar Jeep, white Jeep. I imagine he'll either, it's too cold outside, he might not come out and bother me, but I think we'll see what happens. They're pulling the pilings out, looks like. That's what's making all the noise. You think that they would have the decency to at least let the residents sleep in on their days off before making all this noise. You know, the noise is so bad. You know, I was at Linda's, and not only can you hear the noise, but you can actually feel the house shaking. And that's what makes it really disturbing, is these guys, they just have no morals at all. They just doing their thing, and they're just destroying everything. So there they are, taking the pilings out. Yeah, there it is. There's the destruction. Laying all those pilings down. This is all the noise that they're making over here, so when they slap these things down, that's what's making all the noise. Now, residents are complaining, but nobody's doing anything about it. You know, of course, they pick a day where everybody is off when they're trying to get some sleep, and you know, they just don't even care. These people are just a bunch of knuckleheads. And it's a noisy operation, but it's something that they should be able to do during the week instead of doing it on a weekend. But again, that's the trail of destruction left by Rover. So far, security's sitting in their truck, probably because it's a little cold outside. They don't want to come out here and bother me, or they've seen me before and they just figured that they don't want to cause a hassle. But you know, we got two guys working. This is typical Rover. Two guys working, two guys holding a shovel. I don't know what the hell they're doing. I think they're just kind of surveying the job. You know, maybe they got two superintendents to supervise these two guys here. But you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trucks. There's latent security's little espionage vehicle, and then we have the car over here on the side, blue, it's like a blue Mazda, and then we have that white Jeep with the security guys from Layton. Gonna keep filming over here. They're gonna keep pulling these things out. They're gonna think that this just, see, that's what's making all the noise over here. They have to vibrate that thing, the piling out of there to get it to, because it's frozen. That ground's cold. And once they loosen that thing up, then he pulls it right out. But again, it makes so much doggone noise. You think that they would do this during a peaceful time? I mean, residents that live on the lake, you know, if they drive their boats late at night, water skiing, there's a quiet time, and these guys don't abide by this at all. These guys they're ruthless, they're evil, and they don't care. They just, again, they leave a path of destruction in their way. But I'll tell you one thing, you get sick and tired of seeing these guys. getting sick and tired of it. And you know, and I don't even live in the area over here close by. I'm about 15 minutes away over by Rush Lake. But I feel bad for these residents like Linda. They have to hear this at all hours of the day and night. It's a constant reminder of this destruction. Of course, there's the other side over here. This is the area of, gotta talk louder because you can't hear because this thing's so doggone noisy. But anyway, this is the area where they had, here, look at it. Isn't that amazing? It's unbelievable, the noise. But this is the area where they have the plume, and the plume continues to be down over there because the MDEQ will do nothing about it. Rover was let off the hook over here. They dug into this plume, and we were still getting levels of benzene, xylene, and some of the and there were some readings of lead that were in there. But these guys continue to dig into this plume, and they're just going to leave it behind. That's all they're going to do. You know, so what happens is, you know, Rover's going to make all the money, all the profits. The residents are going to be holding the bag. They're the ones that have to risk it all. We don't know what's going to happen with this plume, if it's going to affect the drinking water of the residents over here. But either way, you know, you got two partners in crime. You have ET Rover, Energy Transfer, and you also have MDEQ that does absolutely nothing about this. The MDEQ's got to be, you know, they have to be responsible for their end too, because they're not thorough in what they do. They're not thorough whatsoever. They a lot of times they don't know, or they have young people in there that are working and they have no idea what they're doing. And I think that might be by design. I mean, it's hard to say, you know. I mean, what they need is a project manager, somebody that follows this thing up all the way through. Follows the job all the way through and make sure that everything gets remediated right, and make sure that Rover pays their fines, because these guys have totally destroyed this area. They unearthed all this ground. Nothing was caused, and no problems. But you watch, once we have a couple of rains, you're going to start seeing this showing up in people's drinking water. I would not be surprised at all. You know, the MDEQ, they don't even know what's going on. They have no idea where the plume's at. That's because they didn't do enough studies. They need to get some monitoring wells out here, so they can attack this plume and then get rid of it. You know, certainly ET Rover's not going to do anything about it. If you wait for Rover to do it, they're going to ignore it. You know, the other issue that we have over here is what happened before, you know, we caught, you know, before Matt and Jen were out here and caught that that gassy smell that was over here, you know, in this area. How many gallons, millions of gallons of water did Rover flush out into the Portage River? I mean, there was, you know, we estimate that it could be upwards to 68 million gallons of water with gasoline in there, including the benzenes, including the xylenes, including the lead that was dumped into the Portage River. It goes into the Little Portage Lake, into Big Portage Lake, out into the Huron River Valley watershed, and then ultimately out in the Lake Erie. So we know that this is this is what we estimate. Now, you know, Rover, these guys got pumps. They have Godwin pumps over there, and they have probably unlimited resources to buy the very, very best pumps. They have control modules on these pumps. They can tell exactly how many engine hours that they were working on these pumps and how many gallons of water that were flushed into the system. And they will refuse to admit it. And you know, MDEQ, we just heard from them that Rover doesn't have to disclose that information till April of 2018. Well, geez, we're in January right now, and that's going to be too late. That's going to be way too late. So I don't understand why MDEQ is not demanding that they provide, you know, the information on how many gallons of that gasoline-laced water that they dumped into the Portage River. Now, a little delay over here in what these guys are doing. I think they got a little ice or something built up on it. There goes the guys with a shovel. Look, they're finally going to work. Look at that. Look at that. Wow, this is irritating, you know. I'm gonna walk over here. It looks like they got some stuff to do on the side over here too as well. Got some more pilings. I'm gonna pull all this out. And of course, you got all of this ground over here, all this earth that they've got to get back going. But these guys are going to continue to make this noise over here. It's going to drive the residents crazy today. There's the knuckleheads from the security guys. Look at that. Well, there's real typical. That's the out-of-state license plate. Now, there's the licensing issue that we have here with latent security. Latent security is not licensed to practice security detail in the state of Michigan. So what they've done is they have gone backdoor and working with this company called Professional Group, Solutions Group, which, you know, those guys are licensed. However, what Layton's been able to do is avoid paying any licensing fees. Now, here's the real kicker. Here's what I don't understand is latent security is actually paying the employees of Professional Group. I mean, when's the last time you heard of that? A contractor paying the subcontractor's employees. And here's the kicker too, is these guys are all out of state. This guy's got an Illinois license plate number over here, 231-6524 from Illinois. Again, that's 231-6524. And then here's this other guy in a car. He's in a Mazda 3. I think he's just another security detail. He's got a Michigan license plate. He's DSM 5981. We see this Jeep out here all the time, and these guys are they're what can I say? You know, they were at DAPL and they're clowns. You know, they're absolute clowns. But anyway, we're gonna keep filming over here. Hold these guys accountable. So far, they haven't got their cameras out yet, but they don't know what the hell they're doing. Well, they got a lot of these pilings left to do. I'm sure they'll be here for the most part of the day making noise over here, so the residents get to enjoy hearing the sound. I imagine these guys over here backed up against this. I don't know if they're home or not, but you know, it's got to feel like the sky's falling. So, well, we're out in January. This is January 13th, and it's pretty cold out. It started out being about 9 degrees. I'm feeling like it's probably about 10 or 11 right now. But we're dressed up, and we're just gonna keep filming. That don't look too safe right there. See it jammed up over there. He's gonna probably just nudge it with his. That guy's lucky that thing didn't slide off the edge over there. Didn't look very safe at all. So here comes a truck over here. Yep. That's a local guy there. See, there you go again. See? He's shaking the hell out of that thing. And when it gets stuck, then he's going to shake it a little bit more than likely. You know, as long as he can continue to pull that out, you know, he'll just keep it steady. You know, who knows what kind of damage is done underneath there too? We have no idea. We don't know how that's upsetting the plume. I mean, these things are pretty long. I mean, they look like, you know, they look, you know, 20 feet maybe. I don't know, maybe not that long. Pretty close to it. Yeah, I guess they could be about that. 17, 20 feet. But anyway, who knows how much they've dug into the plume. And of course, when everything settles, the dirt, the water settles it, you get a few rains in the spring, what's that going to do to people's water systems? We don't know. MDEQ doesn't know. Robert doesn't know. I mean, it's a big guessing game over here. And, you know, I don't think that this stuff should be left to chance at all. You know, someone made a point, too, of taking soil samples, you know, which they should do. They should spread this area and take some soil samples to see what's going on. But they're not going to do it here in the wintertime. Now it looks like we got another Rover truck over here coming over here. They just keep adding to the fleet over here. There's something written on this truck. I don't know what it says. It says SPS, whatever that is. I have no idea. It's some contractor or subcontractor. See, now he's shaking a little bit because he can't get that thing out of there. All right. Okay, it looks like they're stuck here for a while, so. This guy's